the bells rang at 9:30 a.m. on All Saints' Day. Worshippers by the thousands filled the many grand churches of Lisbon. The capital city of Portugal came to life. But minutes later, their entire world changed forever.
Help me!
Oh God! Why?
November 1st marks All Saints' Day for many Christians. It's supposed to be a joyous day to celebrate all of the holy people in heaven. Unfortunately, a tragic historical event on Earth is directly tied to this day. The magnitude of it shook many people to the core of their beliefs. But the aftermath led to deep dialogues about nature and God, as well as much-needed safety reforms. This is the terrifying story of the Great Lisbon Earthquake of 1755, an epic All Saints' Day disaster that shook all of Europe to the core. Lisbon, Portugal has long been a vital city of trade and transport, full of ships and wharfs, people and cargo, a busy port town on the estuary of the Tagus River and the Atlantic Ocean. On the morning of November 1st, 1755, the people of Lisbon went to their churches to celebrate All Saints' Day. All Saints' Day is one of the most significant days on the church calendar. Across the city, couples and families, young and old, male and female, crowded inside the many church buildings for Mass. They said prayers, gave thanks, and lit numerous candles for all the canonized saints and other faithful souls in heaven. At roughly 9:40 a.m., their services were violently interrupted. A massive earthquake suddenly struck the city. Some estimates put it between a magnitude 8.5 and 9.0, making it one of the strongest earthquakes ever recorded in world history. The epicenter was about 200 miles southwest of Lisbon. Thousands of worshippers did not survive this initial earthquake. Most people become aware that they're feeling an earthquake at around magnitude 4. A magnitude 4 can make buildings wobbly, tip over chairs, and tilt pictures on the wall. Unless an old tree branch falls and knocks you out, there generally aren't any serious injuries or fatalities associated with lower magnitude quakes. But that's nothing compared to what the people of Lisbon faced on All Saints' Day of 1755. Their earthquake was 100 million to 100 billion times stronger than a magnitude 1 quake. At magnitude 9, most buildings collapse or are severely damaged. People fall over, off balance, and struggle to get back up until the quaking subsides. Aftershocks go on for weeks and can be strong earthquakes themselves, reaching magnitude 6 or 7. This makes rescue and recovery efforts very difficult, which leads to more injuries and worse. In other words, Lisbon had experienced a truly massive earthquake. The quake caused the many churches in Lisbon to collapse almost instantly. Buildings back then were not designed with earthquakes in mind. Crowds of worshippers inside were immediately crushed or trapped under the rubble. Survivors fled to open areas such as city streets and nearby docks. Unfortunately, they were not safe there either. The earthquake caused the water to recede from the shore, and it wasn't long before it rose up from the Atlantic Ocean into the estuary as a massive wave called a tsunami. The tsunami slammed into Lisbon. It overcame the docks and crashed on shore. It barreled through the city streets, sweeping away countless ships, docks, buildings, and people. Thousands of people who had survived the initial earthquake did not survive the tsunami. The tsunami waves were so strong that they rippled across the Atlantic Ocean to American shores. Those who had survived both horrors up to this point now faced a third threat. Raging fires were now sweeping through Lisbon. Reports at the time claimed that the numerous candles lit for All Saints' Day and left unattended amid the chaos ignited fires that burned rapidly through what was left of the city. Thousands more people succumbed to these fires, which burned for days. A massive earthquake followed hours later by a tsunami and then by days of raging fires. Together, they left an estimated 30 to 50,000 people dead in Portugal. That's similar to the seating size of a Major League Baseball stadium. An estimated 10,000 more people died in neighboring Morocco. In all, 40 to 60,000 people died. The Great Lisbon Earthquake is among the world's deadliest natural disasters. And the fact that it happened on All Saints' Day left many people asking, why? This wasn't only a physical catastrophe, but also a philosophical one. News of the unfathomable tragedy spread across Europe. European intellectuals grappled with its meaning. German philosopher Immanuel Kant insisted that this was an unfortunate natural event and not a form of divine punishment on the people of Lisbon. Its occurrence on All Saints' Day was not divinely symbolic, but merely coincidence.
Such events are not punishments, but natural consequences of the laws of the earth.
French author Voltaire struggled to reconcile the goodness of God with the horror of the Lisbon earthquake. He criticized the notion by other Enlightenment thinkers and religious leaders that all was well in God's creation, despite catastrophes like that in Lisbon.
Come ye philosophers, who cry all's well, and contemplate this ruin of a world.
Jean-Jacques Rousseau, a Swiss-born French philosopher, responded directly to Voltaire. God was involved, he said, but man was also responsible. He claimed that how people lived and behaved and how buildings were built in Lisbon had worsened the tragic outcomes of the event.
How many unfortunate people have perished in this disaster because of one wanting to take his clothes, another his papers, another his money.
Fortunately, some good did come of the tragedy. The Marquis de Pombal, chief minister to King Joseph I of Portugal, led the massive recovery efforts in Lisbon. The earthquake is often referred to as the first modern disaster because the Portuguese government coordinated a response for rescue and recovery. The disaster severely impacted the country's economy for years. Portugal was determined to strengthen its economy, and the earthquake provided an unexpected opportunity. New buildings were designed to withstand earthquakes. Streets were widened to improve safety for people in wide-open areas. And Pombal ordered a scientific collection of data on the earthquake and its effects on Portuguese communities. This inquiry was not only the seat of seismology, the study of earthquakes, but also important documentation for human history and our understanding of the event. The Great Earthquake of 1755 changed the city of Lisbon forever. It took decades to rebuild the city, but it came back stronger than ever, with improved building design and urban planning, so that the effects of any future earthquakes would be less damaging and have fewer fatalities. The aftermath challenged Europeans to rethink the nature of God, divine justice, and human suffering. Out of this disaster came new science, new cities, and new philosophical dialogues. This harrowing disaster led to the promise of a new day, one that rebuilt an entire city and new ways of thinking. Lisbon was where ruin gave rise to renewal. What do you think? Is disaster necessary for reforms to occur, or should people plan cities better before disaster strikes? Share your thoughts in the comments. And stay tuned for some bonus content at the end of this video. Thank you for watching. Be sure to check out our other videos and books on history and more. Stay in touch so you won't miss out. Sign up for our free e-newsletter. Each month you'll get our latest releases, event news, and promotions. Follow us on social media, purchase our products, and visit us in person at special events. While you're here, subscribe to our channel, comment, like, and share. It's free for you and really helps our growing channel. And now here's a fun fact.
Ha ha